3, 2, 1.
Welcome back.
Woo!
To the Leader Podcast.
Cheers. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I was cheersing with the handle again.
Yeah.
We've been here before.
We're not.
We had this conversation on the episode I edited yesterday.
Hey, I love these new Yetis. I know we keep talking about it.
I haven't used it yet. My
you don't drink out of
family
a- you don't-
usurped it.
You don't drink out of a metal cup.
It was in the dishwasher, and I was unloading it, and I was like, I haven't even used this yet.
Oh.
Someone already did.
Amanda swiped it.
You know what's good, though, is we got staff Yetis a couple years back.
Yeah.
I realized, now that you got me this Yeti, that they weren't Yetis.
They're not Yetis.
They were knockoff.
Yeah,
they were
yes.
Yeti dupes.
Yeah, they were. Bought in Mexico,
And
I'm sure.
you know how I could tell? The cup is good. The lid. The lid stinks.
Yeah, well, it's just open. There's no way to close it off.
No, there is. It's just maybe yours fell off because it was so flimsy.
Oh, probably.
But it's horrible.
Hey, let's do a shout out.
You want to do a leader shout out?
Let's do a leader shout out.
Let's do a leader shout out.
Let's do 2.
Oh.
I want to do 2.
Okay.
All right. First, I want to shout out Leanne Holcomb.
Oh.
Because let me tell you what happened to Miss Leanne.
Leanne's
been serving with us for a year and a half.
Since the beginning of time.
The
the Holcomb started very close to when you and I also started.
Right.
And I think feel like she's been here mostly every week.
She jumped in within 6 months for sure. So
Super
it's definitely
soon.
been at least a year and a half. And a couple weeks ago, I got a text from Emily Bullard saying, I don't know if this is a pastor's wife, like security thing or something.
Oh, we're not that.
But
We're not
no,
that.
not even a little.
Yeah.
But Leanne's not in the group chat. The group chat where we tell everything all the time, and it's the only way we communicate.
Yeah.
So sorry, Leanne.
Sorry, Leanne. Hey, we have a podcast.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
And I don't know what we're going to have for you yet in the leader workroom, but we'll have a little penance.
We're going to have something.
We're going to pay a little penance for that Miss Leanne, and it's going to be in the leader workroom this week. So
Yeah. All right.
sorry about that.
Shout out.
Leader shout out. Greg freaking Pert.
In his Tesla this morning, drinking out of his Yeti.
Letting his car drive him to work. Like,
Yeah.
those things are crazy.
I'm
but
so
good
proud
for
of
you.
that Photoshop that I made.
Hey,
of
it
him.
was
And
fun.
it's probably on screen right now.
It was
Let's
super
just
fun.
be honest.
Hey, let me tell you something about Greg. Like, Greg takes his role, as most of our leaders do, takes his role really seriously.
Yeah.
Reaching out. We had a student who was here kind of over the summer visiting with grandparents. And Greg just kind of noticed, oh, hey, that kid's not here. I wonder if he went back home, what he's doing. Reached out to the grandparents. Grandparents sent this big old note about how much they appreciate his influence in that kid's life. That kid is actually kind of every other week now with grandparents. So he's going to be here on the regular, wants to get baptized. And
I saw him on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg's super quick to reach out to parents, and I love that. And also, did you know, I don't know if you knew this.
I did know this.
He actually mentors high school guys, too. So he teaches the 6th grade boys on Sunday and then meets on the regular with a bunch of our high school guys.
Yeah. Living a life of multiplication.
100%.
Love that.
Lean in.
Great job,
Love it,
Greg.
Good job.
Well, okay, so everyone's name is in here for a little giveaway.
Oh, yeah, giveaways.
And I want to let you know something. You might have I think you missed this in the group chat. So we did a little bit of double duty. So you sent me a list.
I did.
It's okay. I just doubled it up. It's
Okay.
great. So you sent me a list. Everyone who has done what? Tell the people.
Oh, I thought you were telling your part.
No, you tell your
part.
part.
If you have done your attendance anytime in the last month and click the button that says send to a leader and I got that email, your name is in this list.
Yeah. So
whether it was you or one of your co-leaders. So if it came
whole
from,
group got credit.
Right, exactly.
Woo.
The whole group got
That's
credit.
nice.
Yeah.
So
good job, because let me just tell you something, Nick. You probably don't know this because
Why not?
you live,
I haven't read the handbook.
You live you live more in the land of digital integration than you do CCB.
I do.
And Godspeed, my friend.
CCB.
Godspeed, my friend.
I feel the same about you as CCB, so it's a good yin and yang right there.
So one of the struggles that we have in CCB right now is that we have a visitor group and then we have connect groups. And if a kid is in both and they check in, they're checking into both. So we're getting double attendance, right?
Can't have
A
that.
kid might be registered in a 9th and 10th grade group and also an 11th and 12th grade group. If they are, they're getting attended in both.
Yeah.
So we're having to run reports every week and pull out the doubles and all that kind of stuff. So when you send me a message that's like, hey, this kid was on my, was marked here, but wasn't in my group. Or this kid was in my group, but they're not on my roll. Or it helps us hone that down so that someday we'll have a perfect universe of data.
That sounds like such a nerdy vision, but I'm happy for you.
It is so gross. I can't even believe I said it. But anyway, if you're a person who has done attendance, even if you didn't send a note, if you just click the button that says send to a leader and I got an email through CCB from you because you did your attendance,
I've been getting those emails too.
Yeah.
I delete them and let you handle them.
That's totally fine. That's my job.
But the other thing was yesterday morning, before a little bit of activity in the group me, I said, like this message.
Oh, that's right. I did see that.
For a chance to win something on the next Leader podcast.
Okay, great.
We got 20 likes.
Wow.
Including Tim Smith, who deleted group me, but he has Lazarus himself.
Yeah, I know. He definitely has. Come forth. Tim Smith, come forth.
If they send a note and like the message, their name's actually in here twice.
Oh.
So they get a double chance
Double opportunity to win.
So.
All right. So what are they going to win?
Well, we're doing the pizza party thing, right?
We are. Yeah.
So if you win this, you get an opportunity to have pizza for your next group's gathering.
Yep.
The outside of
not
church
Sunday.
version. Yeah.
Not Sunday morning.
Can't have pizza on Sunday morning.
Not Sunday morning. I just realized that for this entire podcast, I've been looking at the computer instead of looking at the camera. Hi, everybody. I'm over here. So for your next group outing, we'll buy you pizza.
Yeah. And if you're on check-in or what, we will provide pizza for breakfast for
we'll do something for your crew.
Team.
Yeah, we'll do something for the check-in crew. Yeah.
If Jerry wins, we'll get him a breakfast for one. Philip.
Yeah. And sometimes Brent Sinclair when he's not trucking.
Yeah, so we'll get you guys some burritos.
Let's do it. Fantastic.
All right, here we go. You ready? And the winner is...
Ding, ding, ding.
David McIntyre.
All right, David McIntyre. You can thank Eric Cooper. Pretty sure he's the one who's sending the attendance that week.
There you go.
And so, pizza party for your guys. Darn, they're a really big group. That's going to cost us a lot of money.
Hey, good job, David.
Great job. Thanks for keeping that coming.
All right, so we were going to talk. We've been talking about how to manage
just how to manage your group. Yeah, the group dynamic.
So this one I'm titling "Whoops." What happens when a conversation goes a little more than sideways than you want it to?
Yeah. I mean, that's most of the conversations in our staff meeting. So,
so teach them some things about what you've been trying
I'm
to do.
terrible at this. Sometimes they go sideways because they should go sideways. Because sometimes what we have planned for you is not what the Lord has planned for you. And it's okay for that conversation to go sideways. Sometimes you have a kid whose spiritual gift is to just pull every bit of where you want to go out of the room.
And we talked about that last week in the handbook.
Yeah.
Discussion linked.
Yeah. When they're misbehaving for sure. But I'm thinking more along the lines of I'm going to bring up a completely unrelated topic. I'm going to bring up politics. That probably doesn't happen in students' lives, but let's just say I'm going to bring up politics, and I'm going to turn this whole conversation away from what it is we're talking about and try to turn it into a political conversation. Or I'm going to suck all the attention out of the room because I want to talk about my thing.
Yeah. So
when that happens, there are a couple of pretty simple responses. First, smile and nod, but only do that for a minute. Nick, thank you for sharing that. Love that. Hey, let's get back on track. And it's just that simple. Let's get back on track. We can talk about that after if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not totally dismissing them.
Yeah. I'd love to hear more of your thoughts about why.
Yeah. Kamala should win.
I was trying to come up with a non-political thing.
Hey, it's fine. Or Trump.
But yeah,
I play both sides.
Yeah, right.
You'll never know.
Or a third party, third party president,
who we don't even know their name, so they're clearly in the running.
Right, but just acknowledging what they're saying and then saying, I love that journey for you. Let's have this conversation after. And then truly have the conversation after.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes they won't have the conversation after because they're really not concerned about talking about that thing.
They were just trying to submarine the moment.
They just want the attention in the room.
So that's super pro tip because you just subverted it and you didn't ignore them. And if they don't talk to you, then you don't talk about it.
Yeah. Lucky you. Okay. So I think the other thing is honestly, maybe a private conversation afterwards. So if you keep having a kid who does that, it is okay to say, hey, bro, I love that you really want to participate in the group.
Yeah.
But I would love it if we could kind of keep that on track during the group. And if you want to go haywire afterward, let's go to the cafe and grab a donut. Yeah. And I'd love to sit down and hear everything you have to say. But while we're in the group talking about whatever it is Nick, Darren, Kaylin, the students team has kind of put us on task for, let's talk about that. Yep. We can talk about the other stuff later.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good.
What do you got? How do you keep crazy, wily kids on task?
I mean, I always do that. We'll talk about it later. Find me after. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about it. And now if they're being really like persistent and adamant about it, like you may have to, initiate the pull them out in the hallway or move them around type of thing. But like because like, there's a difference between a kid who's distracting with their friends and so moving them would help versus a kid who's like lasered in on the conversation who is trying to get you to go a certain direction. Right. And so, I will confess, if they will not relinquish that, you gotta. Sometimes I truly do just smile and nod. Like I let them go off for a minute. So anyway, and I just won't like who else has a thought? Yeah, on a different topic. Yeah, who else has a thought on the on the sovereignty of God? Hand. Yeah, on the question at hand. Yeah, for real. Yeah. But yeah, you just got to kind of get in that moment. You got to get past it. Don't let them take you down. Yeah, and the fact that they're talking or that they want to talk is a really good thing. Yeah. Sometimes it just takes. And sometimes age appropriate and developmentally, like sometimes it can be like intentionally divisive, but other times it's just like it's a younger kid who doesn't pick up those social cues yet, and so you kind of got to be a detective and know where you're at. Yeah, with that. Measure the response based on the moment. Crime. Yeah. Story time. Great, love it. Story time. All right. So. I'm not new to Texas. I love Texas. You took a break. I did take, I would call it a mission trip. Took a little mission trip outside the great state. Yeah. And, but I lived most of my Texas life in Corpus Christi. Right. Where, it's beach. there's a little bit of cowboy there, but it is mostly flip-flops and surfers. And that's honestly my vibe. Yeah. But I will say, since coming to... You surf a lot? I tried once. Tried once, and then I was like, I bet I look like a giant seal. Do we have video? And I could be... Heck no. No unauthorized video. I was like, I bet a shark would go, that's more than a tasty morsel. I'm going after that. So I was like, I chickened out after that. Nice. So, also, I could never get fully upright. Yeah. Yeah. I have a hard time getting fully upright on land. I definitely can't do it on water. That's valid. But we moved to DFW, right? And I'm embracing the... It's your first time in DFW. It's my first time living here. Yeah. 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 And I'm fully embracing the DFW, like, cowboy kind of life, right? Yeah, Got my first pair of cowboy boots. Still haven't been able to get them on my foot. Not sure how that works. I'm usually just like I'm a flip-flop guy, so I'm still trying to figure out how to shoehorn those things on. Yeah. But I was noticing like we have some serious cowboys. Yeah. In our student ministry. We do. Boots, hats, belt buckles the size of a hubcap, like they're all in. And they live in North Richland Hills. Yeah, right. So we had a student recently, and he came in all decked out in his Western wear, and I said, "Man, you're looking so good. I'm gonna tip my hat to you." And he said, Pro tip. Ooh. Pro tip. Don't tip your hat. Oh. And I said, it's a sign of respect. And he was like, no, it bends the brim. Look, I was tipping my hat. And look right here. You see that crease? Oh. That crease on my hat is because I was tipping my hat. You just give him a nod. If you're wearing the hat does the talking. Oh. It's like, boom. It was so great. He's a sixth grader, too. He is a sixth grader. It's fantastic. So good. They always got something to teach you. Let's crash land this thing. Love you guys. Bye.